Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's been buzzing in the community, Zebec network. Specifically, we're talking about its curious behavior in relation to Bitcoin and the recent insights shared in one of their X, formerly Twitter, spaces. There's a lot to unpack, from perceived market correlations to official partnerships and statements from Zebec's leadership. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. This video is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. The content reflects the personal opinions of the creator and is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any cryptocurrency or asset. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile and carry significant risk. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. The creator is not responsible for any losses incurred due to market fluctuations or investment decisions based on this content. Let's start with the pattern many of us have noticed. Zebec seems to perform inversely to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin starts skyrocketing, Zebec tends to dip, and when Bitcoin takes a step back or consolidates, Zebec often surges. Now, is this a concrete pattern backed by data? Not exactly. While it's an interesting theory and there are a few instances that seem to support it, we don't have enough consistent evidence to officially call it a trend. But if you've been tracking both charts, you might have seen what I'm seeing. A tendency, not a rule, but still enough to raise an eyebrow or two. It could just be market psychology, or maybe a quirk of timing with Zebec's announcements. Either way, it's something to watch closely. Now, let's talk about what really matters. The recent Zebec X spaces. A lot of people came away from that discussion with mixed feelings. Some were encouraged, others still had doubts, and that's okay. Let's talk through it. One of the biggest elephants in the room was the topic of Zebec's supposed partnerships. Big names like JP Morgan, MasterCard, Visa, Bank of America, and Code of Pay were all mentioned. And once again, Zebec's COO, Simon, addressed these names. He didn't backtrack or dodge the topic. In fact, he doubled down. He confirmed these names again. Now, while it's true we haven't seen official signed documentation or formal PR announcements to solidify these claims, Simon reaffirmed them during the live space. And let me be clear, that's a big deal, because in the crypto world, especially in a bear-to-bull transition like the one we're experiencing, credibility is everything. These leaders know the weight of their words. If you come out and claim a partnership with global giants like MasterCard and JP Morgan without anything to show for it, you're putting your reputation on the line. You're risking regulatory scrutiny, backlash from investors, and trust erosion from your own community. So when Simon says they're partners, and he says it again and again in front of a live audience, I'm inclined to believe there's something going on behind the scenes. Even if it's early stage, exploratory, or under NDA, there's smoke. And in crypto, where there's smoke, there's often fire. Then there's Ripple. Yes, Ripple. This one really got people talking. Simon stated that Zebec has been in conversations with Ripple for the past 2 months, working on some kind of product or solution. Now, I'm not going to lie. The way it was presented was a little vague. Maybe the tone could have been stronger, more assertive. Maybe some of us wanted a clearer roadmap or more concrete delivery timelines. But he did say it, and if Ripple isn't actually collaborating or talking with Zebec, we'd likely have seen some pushback by now. So far, radio silence from Ripple's end suggests at the very least that they're aware of the claims and are okay with what's being said publicly. That, again, is bullish. At least that's how I'm choosing to see it for now. Let's take a moment here. For everyone in the comments section who said I wasn't 100% convinced, but I'm not out either, I hear you. I'm right there with you. That X space wasn't a slam dunk, but it wasn't a disaster either. It fell somewhere in the middle. The vibe I got was that Zebec is still maturing. They're still evolving as a company, and like any startup or early-stage project, they're navigating the complexity of partnerships, regulation, and community expectations. Now let's switch gears and talk price action. Shortly after that X space, Zebec's price saw a decent bump. It climbed to around 0.00038, just shy of breaking the psychological 0.04 barrier. But then, like clockwork, it pulled back. That retracement got people wondering again, is this because Bitcoin is pumping and Zebec's following its usual inverse pattern? Possibly. Or maybe it's just natural volatility in a still fragile market. Either way, that short-term spike shows that investor sentiment is reactive. People are listening, they're watching, and when Zebec says something remotely bullish, it's enough to trigger a rally. But here's the kicker. Why isn't Zebec moving with the broader market? Zoom out and look at the whole crypto space. Altcoins, even microcaps, are beginning to move. Momentum is picking up. And yet Zebec, despite having solid infrastructure, real products, and the potential for big partnerships, is lagging behind. That's puzzling, right? Well, maybe not. Because what Zebec needs right now isn't just hype. It's consistency. What we need from Zebec, and what I believe will push it to that next level, is continued communication, ongoing transparency, and regular community engagement. They need to keep hosting these X Spaces. They need to keep reiterating their vision, progress, and milestones. Even if the news isn't groundbreaking, the cadence matters. The habit of showing up builds trust. And in crypto, trust is everything. There was another comment from that X space that really caught my attention. The mention of political figures and high-profile individuals potentially joining the Zebec team. That's a massive hint. Bringing on board recognizable names, whether from the political, financial, or tech sectors, can be a game changer. Not just from a credibility standpoint, but also from a media visibility angle. Imagine the headline: former U.S. Treasury official joins Zebec as strategic advisor. That's the kind of news that turns heads, attracts capital, and kicks off real FOMO. Now look, I'm not here to sell hopium. I don't believe in blind hope. Hope isn't a strategy. What I believe in is potential backed by action. And from what I've seen, Zebec has potential, but they're still proving themselves. That's the truth. This bull run is an opportunity. It's a chance for them to step up, grab attention, and show they belong in the upper tier of DeFi and payment infrastructure projects. But let me close with this. As retail investors, we have to start developing a more critical mindset. We have to stop taking every bullish statement at face value. We need to ask more questions, dig deeper, and approach every announcement with a healthy dose of skepticism. Not negativity, just balanced thinking. Because in this space, it's easy to get swept up in hype cycles. But the winners? The real winners are the ones who do their homework, manage their risk, and stay level-headed. So if you're someone sitting on the fence, unsure whether to jump into Zebec or wait it out, my advice is simple: trust your gut. If your instincts tell you it's too early, that's fine. Sit back, observe. But if you believe in the long-term vision and you see value in what Zebec is trying to build, then consider scaling in carefully. There's no shame in either decision. The only wrong move is following the crowd blindly. Let us know in the comments below. I really want to hear your take. Was this video helpful? Smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more altcoin breakdowns and crypto market deep dives. And if you think someone else needs to see this opportunity, go ahead and share it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay smart, stay skeptical, and stay invested in narratives that actually make sense. Until then,